How's it going, everyone? It's Josh here with American Wilderness. Today, Brad, the cameraman, and I are out here in the local woods doing a bushcraft overnighter. It's been raining here pretty heavy for the last few days. Everything's still pretty damp, and there's a small chance it'll rain tonight, but we've been wanting to get out here and do an overnighter, and a lot of you guys have actually been asking us to do another overnighter video. So we're gonna go ahead and hike into the woods here and see if we can find a place to camp. Looks like we found a good place to camp here. It's relatively flat, and I don't know if you can hear it. The wind is pretty strong right now, so sorry if that hits the microphone at all. And it's pretty cloudy out, so we don't have any really good light for filming, but we're gonna go ahead and try to make it work. So our plan with this camp here is to maybe set up a bit of a fire ring, clear away a lot of the leaf litter and the brush around, and maybe even set up a small tripod for cooking and things like that. So gonna go ahead and start working on the camp. Alright, so what I'm doing here is getting leaves, because there's a lot of leaves all around here, because it's, it's fall, they're falling from the trees, and I'm going to use this actually as insulation from conduction from the ground when I sleep. So I'm going to keep getting a bunch of these, put it underneath my tarp when I set it up. That'll get me a nice bed. So I'm going to go out and get some more. Alright everyone, so I got the leaves down underneath my tarp. Now I'm going to go ahead and stake these in with some stakes that I carved. Just hold the tarp in place. The ground should be fairly soft because it's been raining. Alright, that's good for this side. Go ahead and get this front piece right here. Alright. See if I can find my stakes in here. There we go. Alright everyone, so this is the basic kind of layout of my sort of tarp shelter here. You can see I staked it in on all four corners. Then I'm going to tie this up above and maybe put something in the middle to hold it up. And that should keep me nice and warm and dry. You can see the sort of reflective material on the inside of this tarp, which is nice to, reflect heat back on you. Almost works like a space blanket. So I'm going to go ahead and tie this off. Gonna need to cut this paracord down here. It's a bit too long. Alright, so the first knot I'm going to do is just a simple figure 8 knot with a loop. Just to make a loop in the rope here, just like that, so that I can feed it through and tie it off to this sort of eyelet right here. Pull the loop through, feed this whole rope through, and then I'll cut it to whatever length that I need it. Alright, so you can see that kind of holds on itself there. You can also use a slip knot or any other, loop knot for this, really. If you want to learn how to tie some knots, there's a video on our channel. That's the top 5 knots for being out in the woods and things like that. So you should go definitely check that out if you're interested. So I think I'm just going to tie this to this big tree right here. So I don't need that much rope. Probably just cut it off right here. Maybe a little bit too long, but I want to have a lot to work with. Alright. Just go around this way. Alright, that should be good. Let me get it up a little bit higher. Actually, maybe I'll wrap it around this branch as well. There we go, that should be good. Gonna tie this off really easily. I'm not doing any specific knots, just a bunch of sort of half hitches on here. They're easy to undo and they're easy to tie. Nice, quick, and simple. Alright, there we go. That's gonna hold up nice and tight. Alright, cool. Come over to this side. Not a lot of options for me to tie off to over here. I'm thinking I made it go across this tree over here. Alright, for this one I'm just going to do a simple slip knot, save some time. I think I'm feeling some rain coming down now. Looks like the weather reports were wrong. Got to get this tarp up quick, keep our stuff dry. Gonna go around a couple of these here because not super strong trees. I might raise this up a bit higher actually. There we go. I can wrap this around a bunch here. Kind of hold this stuff together with some friction. Gonna try not to cut my rope anymore here. So I think what I'm gonna do is maybe just try to tie a bit of a timber hitch here. So just wrap that on itself a few times. Kind of hard to work with this much rope here. Cut on my axe loop. Alright, here we go. Wrap this around itself. Probably 3 or 4 times. Should give it enough friction to hold in place. There we go, and just one more sort of half hitch on here, just for safety. Alright everyone, so we got our shelters set up. Now we're just gathering some materials with fire. We got some fuel and some kindling. Now I'm just getting some small feathers and shavings here just to act as sort of a makeshift tinder, because everything's wet out here, so we're not going to find any good bark or anything like that unless we spent a long time to dry it out, which we don't have a lot of time before sunset. So just making some shavings, not really going for a feather stick per se. Alright everyone, because the ground is pretty wet around here because it's been raining, I want to make sure to sort of make a fire lay of any dry material to prevent any tinder or kindling that I put on there from soaking up moisture and not burning as well. So I'm gonna find some dry sticks and make a layer like that, and we'll get the fire going. Alright, I got some wood here to lay on the bottom, keep the fuel and kindling warm or dry. That'll also help it build up a good base of ashes at the bottom. So, gonna go ahead and bring over what little tinder I have here. Alright, don't have a lot here, but should work either way. Because we have enough small kindling here that this should light up. So I'm just gonna use this big 6-inch ferro rod. Sort of an old sheath that we made for it, but keep an eye out this winter for videos on leather making. It's gonna be one of our big projects this winter. Alright, let's make sure this is working well. There we go.